Thank you much. Sarah, are you going to give Mooch a black eye afterwards? Nicole, you are a film producer, yeah? What is that film again? Was it?
Yes.
Which brother? Second.
The other one.
Second brother, was it? Yeah, okay. Will you be doing a sequel where, maybe 50 years later, second brother is quite old and he's actually an Asian? Okay. Right. Have any of you seen me on TV, yeah? Have you seen me on TV? See? No? Nobody? Thank God. There's nothing worse than some guy coming up to you and saying, "Hey, I saw you on TV last night." And you can say, "Hey, bro, that was not me." I know we all look the same, but it's sad. It's not being racist. It just has bad eyesight. Especially if the bloke on TV was Caucasian. It's pretty bad. Okay, enough about pay. Shall we talk about that other person who is on TV a lot these days? Theresa May? Yeah? What do you think of her Brexit plan? She came up with, today she's saying, "Oh, this is the right deal for Britain." Do you know what I think Brexit is now? I think we should call it Brexit. But we knew where that was going, right? Because Theresa May herself told us. Do you remember at the Tory party conference when she came dancing on, well, if you can call it dancing, on stage to Abbas, Dancing Queen? Do you know why she did that? She knew come this time next year, she's going to be out of a job. So she was sending a message to the producers of Strictly Come Dancing. Okay, enough politics. Let's do some comedy here. But then politics is comedy, isn't it? No, I'm talking about happy comedy, not miserable. Okay. Yeah, talking about happy comedy, I went to see Frank Skinner. My wife and I went to see Frank Skinner's Work in Progress. Have any of you seen that? Yeah. I mean, he was good. The only message he was coming out right from the beginning was he was saying that he was old. And I am sitting there thinking, "Hey Frank, I am old enough to be your father." But if I had started when I could have, that is. And then, his skin is going dark. Hey. I was born like this. Does that mean I was born old? But because it was not exactly, he wasn't complaining, but what he was saying was the memory loss and Alzheimer's. But I know all about Alzheimer's. Do you know they do a test for Alzheimer's where the doctors ask you to stand on one leg for 10 seconds, put your foot down, then stand on the other leg for 10 seconds. I don't know how they can tell by doing that whether someone has Alzheimer's or not, but my GP said, can you stand on one leg for 10 seconds? So I did that. I stood on one leg for 10 seconds. Okay, put your foot down. Now, stand on the other leg. I said, what other leg? He said, you got Alzheimer's. How can you tell? Because you can't remember what your other leg is. I said, I can? He said, okay, then tell me. I said, you tell me which leg I stood on and I'll tell you which the other leg is. But he wouldn't, he wouldn't. Then the other thing Frank was complaining about was going to the dentist. He said he went to the dentist and the dentist told him to whiten his teeth. When I went to the dentist, he pulled out my teeth. Then he said, is there anyone in the audience who had their teeth whitened? And a couple put their hands up. And he said, how did they do it? The bloke said, they give some jelly which you put on your teeth and you bite it and stay like that for 6 hours. Frank goes, 6 hours? I can't do that. Rank me, I can. Yeah, all you got to do is take a bowl, put the jelly in, take your teeth off, put it in, and go to sleep. Simple, yeah? How about you doing for time?
I got. How long do you want?
I can keep going. Okay. The other thing he was talking about was, I don't know why he mentioned it. He talked about oral sex, and he said, what is it? I don't know what these young people are. I'm thinking, oral sex? I've heard of written sex and spoken sex. Not in my generation. Okay, I've been pardoned and you've been wonderful. Thank you.